Hello, everyone, and welcome to the stream. Tonight, we've got some very exciting things to talk with you all about, and a great cast of people as well. So I'm going to let everybody introduce themselves, starting with Bob.
Bob from BK Photo Page across all socials, basically.
Sammy.
Hey guys, Sammy, Built a Thrill.
Darius.
Darius, Coaster Jones.
And Ken.
It's Ken. Let's hope we have this kind of weather for opening day.
I know if you guys are in the New Jersey area right now, we're finally hitting some decent temperatures. It was like 65 degrees today. It was beautiful. So hopefully it's like this. 70 almost. Yeah.
2 weeks after 3 feet of snow.
Yeah, I know. The snow is still here too. So hopefully it's like this in exactly 20 days, which is Great Adventures opening day. But we'll talk about that in a moment. First, I do want to take this time to shout out the Unload Station Discord server. There's actively a Planet Coaster / No Limits coaster competition going on right now with a inverted coaster. So if you have any interest in taking part in that, the link should be in the description of the stream. So be sure to check that out. But first up, probably the most exciting news we've gotten in a bit out of the theme park industry is Enchanted Parks. So for those of you who don't know exactly what I'm talking about with that, Six Flags has announced that they are divesting 7 of their parks from the portfolio, 6 of which are going to be operated by Enchanted Parks, 1 of which will be operated by Legrand Operations Inc., I believe it's called, but all 7 will be owned by EPR Properties. So this is something we've kind of all known was going to happen for a while. The trademarks were leaked not too long ago. So this isn't a shock. Some of the parks are a shock. I know Valley Fair and Legrand weren't really expected. So this is a big deal, and I think it's going to have some pretty big implications for the chain, but I've already talked at length about this in my video, so I want to give this opportunity to let you guys share your thoughts.
I think for me, I was just, as long as everything stays open as
You're
a park.
on mute.
Am I?
Nope, Bob's not on mute.
I can hear him.
Darius is on deafen.
Yeah, I don't know what's happening. You guys can
I'm
hear
on
me?
mute?
I can hear you. No, Darius,
Okay.
you're not muted, but I guess you can't hear us.
That's weird.
Well, I couldn't hear Bob. I saw his mouth moving.
Can you hear me now?
Yeah,
I can hear you.
I can hear
I
you.
can hear you.
Oh, okay. Sorry.
Anyway, what I was
He's the
saying
only
is, as
person I
long,
can't hear. Sorry, Bob.
sorry,
What up, Bob?
I can't have closed captioning. If my whole thought all along, once we figured out this is probably going to happen, was basically like, as long as they keep them as, you know, amusement parks and they take care of them, whatever. Competition's always good for everybody anyways. Plus, like, it's not like they were giving them anything new hardly at all anyways, so maybe the new chain will actually take care of them a little bit, give them some new stuff, give people a reason to go there and things like that.
Anyone else have thoughts?
I'm hoping all the parks that are moving over to the new chain get some love, because a lot of them haven't gotten the love they needed in a very long time, and I think this is going to give them that opportunity.
I honestly didn't even realize that they had Diggerland. I'm finding that out this second.
Yeah. They have a couple of properties, not many. There's Diggerland, and there's a park up in New York as well. But other than that, this is a big fresh start for them. Darius, what are your thoughts on this?
I'm on the fence. So I think it's a really good thing for the individual parks that are leaving. They'll probably get more attention. They probably won't get as many new ride opportunities. Who knows? I am glad to see that Six Flags is thinning the herd so that they can get focused on the parks that really need the help. The thing I'm a little worried about is you only get one time to sell something, and the amount of money they got for these parks are significantly undervalued.
Yeah, wasn't it around
330,
350 million, 330, something like that?
331 or something.
All in, and it's, you know, I mean, you couldn't buy one park for 80% of that a few years ago, and so to get rid of 7 for that number just seems a little odd. But I'm really happy that they're starting to focus. I think these parks have always struggled in the chain, and this is an opportunity for them to get a fresh start. And quite honestly, it's a real good opportunity for Six Flags to get focused.
Are they taking the other 2 parks back over too?
What, Darien Lake and Frontier City?
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's not confirmed yet. I wouldn't be surprised if the operations go to Enchanted Parks, but I think they're on a lease and they have to wait until that lease is up in order to do that. So maybe they'll try to exit their lease early. I'm not too sure. But those 2 parks are owned by EPR. Like the property is owned by EPR Properties. Something interesting I read actually earlier today was regarding Enchanted Park's CEO's statement on, what they're kind of planning to do. And they particularly highlighted Six Flags St. Louis as the crown jewel of the chain and how they want to really bolster that park up to be their flagship. And I believe they're planning on changing the name to Enchanted Parks over Mid-America, which does harken back to the original name of Six Flags over Mid-America. So I do think, what's that?
I really like that, actually.
I do too. I think that's a very smart way to go about the naming of it. And I'm excited because Six Flags St. Louis to me has always been a park that has a lot of untapped potential. That being said, I really don't know how much capital this new company is going to be able to invest in these parks. These parks, for the most part, are fairly profitable. Michigan's Adventure is profitable. I want to say Valley Fair might be profitable, maybe not Worlds of Fun, but like there's a solid foundation for these parks. But that foundation, I don't think will be enough to spend 10 to 20 million on new investments yearly or anything like that. So we'll see what happens. I think one of the most kind of exciting things to keep an eye on is going to be the rights to the DC, Peanuts, and Looney Tunes characters, especially at a park like Six Flags St. Louis, which is so heavily integrated with DC and Looney Tunes. That's going to be tricky for them to kind of navigate, in my opinion, at least.
EPR in general is a real estate investment company, right? They're not just parks. They do all kinds of stuff, right? Okay.
They own so many different properties. I mean, it can be entertainment. I believe they own dining locations, everything.
Wait, so they own Diggerland, but they don't own, what is it called? Sahara Sam's, or what's the place, the water park next to it?
I don't think they do operate. Sorry. Well, does EPR own the property of Diggerland as well, or do they just have?
That's what their website says.
Okay, well then, yeah. I'm not sure what the story is with Sahara Sam's because I know they were under a different ownership not that long ago, but I'm not sure. I am very excited though to see how it all goes because I do think this is going to be very interesting to watch, especially for people who, like Bob, for instance, right? You have technically access to the Midwest region if you were to buy a gold pass. That Midwest region is about to get a lot smaller after 2026. There's a good portion of those parks getting swiped out of the Six Flags chain. So big changes, that's for sure.
It definitely seems like they're going to they're trying to like really regionalize into pockets, like, and they got rid of the couple of ones that were kind of out there by themselves.
Yeah, I noticed that as well. I think the saddest one to me to be divested is Great Escape. And I say that because Great Escape is such a different park from all the other Six Flags parks. And I think there's a lot that the other parks could learn from Great Escape. It's got a very kind of like small town independent park feel to it in the best way possible. And I feel like that's kind of lacking from a lot of these other parks that feel very corporate. So, I mean, it's not really that surprising that, they got rid of it because it doesn't really fit with the kind of scale of the portfolio. And I imagine there were probably other parks they were planning to get rid of and they just weren't able to make it happen in this deal. I wouldn't be surprised if more go. I think some of the lower performers could definitely get cut and they just keep it to like the top 10 per se, like best of their parks. I wouldn't be surprised if that winds up happening long term. But
wait, why did I think La Ronde was on here too?
La Ronde is being sold, but they're not being operated by Enchanted Parks. They're being operated by La Ronde Operations or Holdings Inc., which is owned by Kieran Burke, who, correct me if I'm wrong, still
he's the dude that
CEO
bought
of Premier,
everything.
Right? Yeah. He was around a while ago, but he's going to be operating La Ronde now, I guess, which is bizarre, very bizarre. Yeah, there's a lot to unpack with Enchanted Parks. I feel like you could spend a whole night just talking about the implications of this. I'm sure there's going to be questions that pop up.
Is Kieran in charge of Enchanted Parks too, or just La Ronde?
I think it's just La Ronde. Enchanted Parks, actually, I can pull up their new leadership team. It's a pretty cool lineup. Actually, I can't find it, but there's a good lineup of people that are going to be operating it with some theme park experience, it looks like. So I hope the best for them. I really do. And I'm curious, if they implement a new pass that gives you access to all the Enchanted Parks, stuff like that. There's a lot they can do. especially because some of their parks are pretty close together. I mean, there's none on the West Coast. They're all kind of concentrated in a line, and then you have Schlitterbahn down south. But it's going to be interesting to see what happens.
So, Colin, I actually have a contra position on it being cool that a bunch of theme park people are running it. Like, if you look at any industry, automotive, financial services, entertainment, that's usually like the death spiral is to keep, the same people who do the same things just iteratively kind of changing. I think if anyone wants to do something different, Universal did it. To some degree, Disney's done it. Pull someone from a different industry and put them in charge of these things, because a lot of the problems that theme parks are facing right now have been, problems that other industries have had to go through. And I think that's half the problem, is it's a very incestuous kind of industry where everyone knows everyone. Everyone's worked at a park since they were 16. I think these parks actually need to do the direct opposite. I think they need to get someone from another industry that's translative, and bring some external thinking into the industry to make it very different.
I think that's a fair point, because a lot of times what happens in any industry, when you're stuck in that industry and you don't see anything outside of it, you can't recognize certain inadequacies or things that need to change because they've just been a part of your normal routine for so many years, and you never really recognize that change is needed. So I do think you're right on that. That is definitely true in many industries. But while we're on you, Darius, actually, let's go to your topic, which is Texas's newest coasters. So if you guys didn't watch the vlog that came out this morning, I highly recommend you do after the stream. But Darius, you want to summarize what they might have missed?
A couple of things. One, I'll start from the big surprise. I didn't even know I was going to get a chance to ride Palindrome. I knew it was a potential possibility, but we did not know that we were actually going to get a chance to get on it until we got there. It was an active construction zone, so it was a pretty unique experience to be able to be one of the first humans on that ride. Palindrome is the surprise of the year. Like, you already know what's going to be a hot coaster. Like Palindrome, you're like, it's short. Look at the elements. Like, yeah, it's going to be okay. It's like a parking lot coaster, I heard someone say. I'm like, no, it's not really a parking lot coaster. It's a coaster with a stall that goes over an active roadway. That coaster is absolutely awesome. Like, words don't describe how good they got that coaster in such a small parcel of land. It's actually not a stall going forward. It's like this crazy whip going forward, and then coming backwards, it's a stall. But that is probably the biggest surprise coaster that could be on anyone's list, because you're not going to expect a lot. You're probably like thinking I'm crazy for saying it's that good of a coaster. That thing is aggressive in a really small package. I've been on Circuit Breaker before. It's actually running really fast and smooth, but I love that coaster. I don't want to have the debate on whether it's better than Sirens or not.
What about IRAT?
It's more intense than IRAT, but the drop on IRAT just can't be compared.
That's fair.
That drop, I think, outside of the drop, it's probably better.
Okay.
And then kind of an interesting development at SeaWorld, man. They have one hell of a layout. Barracuda Strike is an awesome layout. It's fast. It's kind of whippy. It has this nice little airtime section. The theming is beautiful, but like elephant in the room, I feel like the industry needs to sit B&M down and say, hey, man, what's going on, guys? Because that is the most prominent rattle on any B&M that I've been on.
Even more than like Iron Menace?
Oh, yeah.
Really?
I'm scared for Tormenta. I am scared.
Yeah, you know, I was trying to be kind in my response when someone was like, "So rattle," and I responded with a poop emoji, B&M, and then maracas for rattle, because it's that noticeable. These weren't even GP; these were like travel enthusiasts who don't even really go on roller coasters, and they were like, "Hey, is it supposed to be doing that?" And this is no fault of SeaWorld's. I mean, SeaWorld put together an amazing layout. The fact that it interacts with steel eel, you know, it has these like choppers all over the place. I mean, they got everything about this coaster design right. B&M needs to step up to the plate and make coasters that don't have maracas on them, because I mean, if you listen to the video, you can hear it's just a chatter the whole time.
Now, my question about that though, because having ridden Big Bad Wolf and Phoenix has a rattle and it's very pronounced. Big Bad Wolf, it's not really a strong rattle, but you hear it more than anything. And a lot of people were saying that on Barracuda that you hear it more than you feel it. Is that true, or do you feel it as much as you hear it?
I think it depends on where you're sitting.
Yeah.
In the front, you hear it more than you feel it. In the back, you feel it.
Interesting. And have you ridden the other two?
Yes.
Which is the best?
I rode Phoenix with you.
Oh, I forgot you've ridden Phoenix. Which one do you think is the best of the three?
Barracuda.
Really?
It's the better layout. I mean, listen, Big Bad Wolf has like a psychological effect for those of us who rode the original. But the Barracuda Strike, you know, for a family invert, it definitely pushes that category.
That's exciting to hear.
Yeah.
And then you still got Tormenta on the way, Fiesta's new 2027 coaster. So Texas is cooking up a lot of new stuff. Plus the Universal Kids Park that's opening soon, I believe. So that's a lot of good stuff down there.
Yeah, there's a lot of new rides. Tormenta, I mean, fingers crossed, right? Like they went with the old school track. They went with the wide gauge cars and track. I'm keeping my fingers crossed that that's a good coaster. And, you know, I think Jeff is watching that thing like a hawk. And so I'm hoping the additional attention. But seriously, I don't know if B&M needs to have an intervention or something, but they are struggling with making a smooth coaster, and they were the company that taught us that coasters could be smooth.
Yeah, that is true. I do have one more question about Barracuda because I thought it was kind of funny. On the two sections of the track where you go over water, I noticed that they have this really obnoxious chain link fencing in the water to block the low zones of the coaster. Is there are they expecting people to swim over there? I don't understand.
No, I asked the question. I got two different answers, but I think both answers are actually right. There were, I guess, at some point in time, plans to put some type of bumper boats or you know, boating type apparatus, and it does need to be a closed off zone because there are other people who can be in those waterways. And so I think there's a similar like kind of closed off section that keeps you from going over to I always forget the name of the blue coaster.
Oh, Wavebreaker.
Wavebreaker. So they just took a different approach for keeping that. But yeah. And the other thing, and this was speculative, that's a low section of water. And you know how there's like kind of the shoreline right there.
Right.
If someone were to walk into the water and trespass into the water, it's a deterrent.
Okay, that's fair. I just thought it was funny looking.
I'm sure you don't really see it on the ride, do you?
No, it's such an interesting ride. And, you know, I'm a diver. And so if you ever see Barracuda, they kind of like go like this a lot in the water. And so the layout is like that. It's like, it's very out and backish, but like a couple of different passes and you're interacting with steel eel. It's a great layout.
There's like a part of the ride where it looks like it almost does a wave turn, but on an invert. And that part looks super cool.
Yeah. A wave turn, this crazy little airtime pop. Like, I mean, they did a great job on this coaster. I could see them doing this at other parks.
Well, it's exciting to hear, at least. I'm going to move on to the next topic, which is actually for Bob. Bob, recently you attended Cedar Point's Winter Chill Out. So tell us about it.
We were told literally nothing this year, since Cedar Point's not really building anything. Like in the past years, like either they were building something or like 2 years ago or last year, whenever it was, we were walking through the back there. Oh, hey, yeah, we're rebuilding the Happy Fryer, and there was like nothing left of it. Stuff like that. Usually they surprise us with stuff, but there was literally nothing this year. Like literally the only things they told us were that they were renovating both the Starbucks, the one in the park and the one at Breakers, and then they were renovating one of the bathrooms on the Midway, and that they demoted whatever Surf Dog's called there. I forget the one that they call a coaster that wasn't, but they're demoting it to call a coaster. Yeah, their Pipe Scream is no longer a coaster as if it ever was. That was like literally and like the food. Usually they like sampled the new foods and all kinds of stuff. Didn't really do that. It was just normal park food. So I'm not saying I was disappointed, because I mean the money all goes to charity, and I enjoy seeing people and some of the workers that I know and things like that. But like we learned like absolutely nothing like about anything. I don't think they're doing anything at all this year there.
Which makes sense, because
they're doing like a 4th of July festival thing, like for like 5 days right around the 4th. But I mean, that's really all they talked about.
Well, it seems like a lot of parks are going all out for America 250 around the 4th, which is cool.
They're the big planter in the front of the park that they always usually put the new ride in. That's going to be it's going to say 250 with like red, white, and blue and stuff like that. That's
cool. Yeah, they always go all out with that.
Yeah.
Were there any cool behind the scenes looks? I know this was the first year seeing sirens behind the scenes.
Yeah, I mean the only thing about that was amazing was how like tall that building is. It's not very big, but like the ceiling is like 3 stories tall in there. You would not expect it. It's huge. There was nothing really, and we got to go in the one where they do Iron Dragon as well, but that was like a 2-second walkthrough of like nothing. I mean, we didn't really see much new. I was very disappointed, because the one thing I'm fascinated with is they take you to the laundry and they have the machine that automatically folds the sheets. And I thought, like, I don't know why I'm so like fascinated with that, but they weren't running a crew that day, so nothing was running. They were just talking about the stuff, which very highly disappointed me. But yeah, I mean, we really didn't get much of anything. And yeah, and like you said, you're right. I mean, they got a bunch of super expensive coasters over the last few years, and I don't expect them to get much in the very near future unless something was already in the works, because obviously Siren fell in their lap. So if something was already in the works ahead of time for next year or the year after, I still really in my heart think they're going to put some kind of new water ride in to replace Snake River Falls is what's going to end up happening next, but we'll see.
They should, because all they have other than that is the rapids, right? That's it.
Thunder Canyon's all they have. Yeah.
Yeah. They definitely need something else.
Did they get rid of the boat ride in the middle?
Yeah. Oh yeah. It lasted 2 years.
Really? That whole Forbidden Frontier area is like abandoned now, right?
Yeah. So they took all the playground equipment out of there, and there's nothing really there right now. They could have like left that as like a relaxation area and stuff, and still just not had the Forbidden Frontier stuff. But I don't know. But yeah, like the best food in the park was back there, because they had that one stand that served all the like barbecue stuff that was like nobody ever went back there, and they had like the nicest bathrooms and everything in there, and it's just sitting empty right now. So I don't know what they'll end up doing with that. I mean, everybody wants them to build a coaster there. I still want that like dueling GCI over there, but yeah, it's probably not going to happen.
See, I feel like that area of the park, though, is such a unique area in the sense of where it is in the park and the surrounding landscape, that just plopping a coaster there and not having like a really good guest plaza is kind of a waste of the space. So I hope they have something good planned for that.
I do too.
There's a lot they could do.
Yeah.
Hey, Bob, I have a question for you.
Yeah.
You can settle this. Would you guys be hurt if you lost Iron Dragon?
No.
Wow.
I mean, it's a great like bridge coaster, I guess, but like I don't like. I mean, the thing is, it's another one of those just like Corkscrew though that doesn't really take up much real estate that matters. So, like, if you take it down, you're still going to have to build around Rougarou and around Top Thrill 2 if you want to like build something new over the water over there and whatnot and things like that. So, I mean, I wouldn't care, and I doubt that most people would. Although I'm sure there's people that like love the thing and stuff like that. I mean, yeah, I'd agree with that. What he just said: take out Iron Dragon, put in a Vekoma family suspended coaster. I'd be okay with that, something like that. But yeah, unless they're planning on like, I don't know, unless they're planning on building something where they need that land, I just don't see it happening. Or I mean, you know, it's going to reach the end of its service life at some point, but who knows?
Yeah. The reason why I ask, allegedly, you know, TT2 was engineered around it, and I'm like, why would you do that? Like, just take a bulldozer to it.
I mean, they did save Gemini for Dragster, so there's that too.
Well, and
they're very particular about saving everything.
And that's why I was like, that's what I said about like some kind of like wooden dueling coaster, because Cedar Point, that's their one big hole, is that they need another wooden coaster. And for years, you know, Gemini goes down for weeks upon a time in the summer, doesn't open till halfway through the day and stuff. And I know it's a classic and everything, and a lot of people would be devastated if they took it out. But like, if you build something like that, you build yourself a new like top of the line like dueling coaster, then you can justify taking it out.
As long as they don't build the GCI with those god awful new trains, then I'm all for it. But if it has those new trains, I don't want it.
Like which ones?
Zambezi Zinger, Colossus.
Oh God, no. Like I love
Yeah.
the old school ones, like the ones Stingray ones and the Mystic Timbers ones and all those. I love the Millennium
Yeah.
Flyers. No, they're not Millennium Flyers. What are they called?
Millennium Flyers are the old.
Okay.
Infinity Flyers are the new.
I
That's
like
it.
the Infinity Flyers.
No, they're horrible. I will be very outspoken in that one. They're horrible. But Sammy, while we're speaking about you got to ride one of the most premier new coasters to open in 2026 so far, and that is Galactic Coaster, Legoland.
Is it the first one open? Is it the first one that opened this year?
Probably the first one in the US.
I think so. Yeah, Lego definitely outdid themselves for this one, because I remember going as a kid and it's like all these kind of like fair coasters pretty much, and then you walk into this building, it's like, whoa, okay, level up here. I wouldn't call it on the scale of like a Universal or Disney ride, but like they definitely took a bat like up to the plate, because this is a good addition. And like when you enter into that building, like what is like the show box or whatever, you like my eyes were wide open. I was like, whoa, because they shoved so much in there around the coaster, and like it almost feels like they put more around the coaster than a ride like Guardians, where Guardians is just screens, but this ride is like there's a lot of physical elements, and like the certain scenes are following you. It's so cool. My only gripe is I wish it was spinning the entire time.
Yeah, that's fair. I mean, they would also have to theme the whole first half to accommodate that. But just from watching the POV,
a little drift.
I was shocked by the amount of like physical props and like the screens. You couldn't even tell they were screens. I mean, honestly, it almost looks better themed than Guardians in the box, which is crazy.
I mean, it's much smaller, so that it's
Right.
a very hard comparison. But I was like, whoa, because it was just dodging a bunch of different things. The box is bigger than you think because there's so many different things in there.
Right. Yeah, that looks very impressive. And California just opened a clone of it as well, which I don't think the layout's a clone, but I think the queue's a little different. So at least there's some differentiation. But yeah, that ride, that will be what forces me to finally go to Legoland, Florida. Never been to a Legoland park, mainly because they're really expensive to get into. But that will change this year if I go back to Florida this year. That's for sure.
Yeah, you didn't even do Legoland out in the Middle East trip.
Well, you told me not to.
Yeah,
It was a waste of money. You're not wrong.
Usually
Whenever I
you
go
fight
back,
me on
I'll
that.
do it.
Usually
No, I was
you
not
fight me
spending
on
an extra $100 for 2 coasters at Legoland. That I
You
was
haven't
not
done New
doing.
York either.
No, I have not done New York yet, even though it's only like hour and a half, 2 hours away.
Let's fix that.
Yeah, we'll change it. Got some big plans this year. Someone else that has big plans this year is Great Adventure. So talk a little bit about what I can about what's going on at Great Adventure, because there's a lot going on. Obviously, you guys have seen that we've been working with the park to share updates on their new attraction, the 2027 Purple Roller Coaster, which is so exciting, and I can't wait for you guys to see it in person once it starts going vertical, whenever that winds up being. It's really, really just a striking color, and I can't wait to see that go as high as it's going to go out into the parking lot towards the Safari Base Camp. It's going to be a really exciting attraction. And there's more coming too. Obviously, we know that there's something happening in the boardwalk. We'll see some announcements and teasers related to that very soon. But I can tell you that seeing all of the asphalt ripped up in the boardwalk really put a nice big grin on my face, because I've always hated that area. It's been like the bane of my existence at Great Adventure. So seeing it get that attention is so exciting. They are also redoing the Main Street Pub, which is really cool. Saw a little bit of that. Very early stages so far. I'm not sure if it'll be done by opening day, especially with all the weather we've had here in Jersey with the feet of snow. It's going to be tough for them to get everything ready, but the park's leadership team is definitely equipped to do what they can to get everything they want done by opening day. And something else I want to touch base on too is Fastlane, because I know there's been a little bit of confusion on that. So I just want to clear the air on it. Yes, technically Fastlane is coming to Great Adventure, but it's just Flash Pass rebranded. It's not actually Fastlane. Fastlane Ultimate and Fastlane Reserve are the two different systems of Fastlane that will be employed at most of the legacy Six Flags parks, plus Carowinds and Kings Dominion. It's exactly like Flash Pass. You go on your phone, book the reservation, and you go up the Fastlane line or Flash Pass line. Some of the legacy Cedar Fair parks are still using the old Fastlane system, but if you do purchase what Darius has been begging me to get, the all-season Fastlane, you will have to use whichever system is at whichever park you're going to, and you'll get the highest tier. So say you go to Great Adventure, you'll be given Fastlane Ultimate, which is the version that reduces 90% of your weight via the website. If you go to Cedar Point, Fastlane Plus. Go to Kings Island, regular Fastlane. That's the way that works.
Why can't they just pick one? Pick one.
I agree, and I hope they don't go with Excesso, because I really don't like the
Oh
phone
God,
version.
Excesso's awful.
Yeah, so we'll
It's
see what
so,
happens.
it's so tempting to buy that too with the pass now that it's like so much cheaper.
And I looked for Fastlane Ultimate for 1 day of Fastlane Ultimate at Great Adventure. It's $100. For all season Fastlane, it's $500. So you're essentially paying for 5 days of Fastlane at a park, and you get it for all season, every visit, all parks. If you have,
You don't need it at Great Adventure.
What are you doing,
don't.
Colin? Don't
I don't.
convince people to buy it. No.
You do know that I don't need it at Great Adventure, though, because there's never really a need. And the way I look at it, I get my 4 skips every visit at every park. And
Every
that'll
park is insane.
suffice. I mean, yeah, you can
I
go to
didn't-
Cedar Point and get on. all
I
the
didn't
big
know
ones.
that.
Yeah.
Wait, so how does that work? It's a park like Cedar Point then?
I believe you go to the Fastlane building and you get your passes there, which is probably going to be a pain in the neck because there's going to be a giant line in the morning to go and get your Fastlane there.
What was that hard when I got
But-
them last year with my Prestige Pass?
Right. We also did it at the middle of the day there too, so that probably helped. So I guess that'll probably be the method when you go to one of those parks. But yeah,
I'm not
Very
Prestige this year though. They
you're not
downgraded.
Prestige. You're down. You're downgraded. Unfortunate. But yeah, if anyone has any other questions about Fastlane or the ticketing systems or anything like that, let me know in the chat.
Is Flash still a one time on the unlimited?
Probably. I don't know for sure yet. We probably won't know until opening day, but I would say probably.
Did you hear any chatter on lockers for the rides that should have lockers?
It was discussed during our roundtable with Six Flags leadership team at Great Adventure, and I made a point to mention the fact that it makes absolutely no sense that Joker and Jersey Devil require you to buy a locker, but then you go up to El Toro or Flash and there's a free locker in the queue, and that alleviating that confusion is something that should be top priority right now because it makes no sense. To me, the easy solution would be to just get rid of Joker and put it on Jersey Devil, and you only have to get one set of lockers. But
No.
that's just my disdain for Joker.
I'd be okay with that.
No.
Put the
I
Grand
don't like
Pavilion right there, and I'll be happy.
this bad ideas, but okay.
Nah. If you guys want to hear more on my thoughts of what Great Adventure should do, there's a 2-part series out now that I released in tandem with me meeting with the CEO, if you guys picked up on that. But that's everything I have to share on Great Adventure and all of our pre-stream topics. So unless you guys have anything else,
my
you want to
idea for the
discuss,
addition to Great Adventure.
which is
Well, what's where King Cutlass? All that bamboo. What likes to eat bamboo?
pandas.
Pandas. So make it Panda Kingdom. Some pandas in there. They'll eat the bamboo, take care of the bamboo situation.
And then you
go
can
the whole-
prep the area for a new area after
Yeah.
Panda Kingdom. Yeah, like a temporary area.
And everybody loves pandas. So
That's true. And that's one animal Great Adventure is missing from the safari. So
make it happen.
They're taking all of the giant pandas back, China. So the chances of us getting a panda is pretty much nothing.
Or we could just have somebody in a suit.
Yeah.
Put Colin in the suit, actually.
yeah, you paid $13 an hour to sit in a panda suit and break bamboo all day. But we're going to enter into the Q&A now, starting with this question from Fanta Orange. What do you think Enchantment Parks will do with St. Louis's Justice League? Spend money to retheme it or just shut it down? I think that hinges a lot on what happens with the rights with Warner Brothers. If you guys have been following the Warner Brothers Discovery kind of situation, they're probably going to wind up merging with Paramount. It looks like that's what's going to happen. It was either Netflix or Paramount, but Paramount just outbid Netflix. So I don't know that Warner is really looking to kind of mess with any deals they have existing right now, given everything going on with them. So it's possible Enchanted Parks could work out a deal with them where they can continue licensing the DC characters and the Looney Tunes characters. I wouldn't say it's super likely, but Warner doesn't really seem to care who they license their stuff to, so I wouldn't be surprised. If they don't get the rights, though, honestly, I think they're better off just getting rid of Justice League. Retheming that would be a nightmare.
Yeah.
I mean, I can't even think of an easy way to do it.
They should make it Knights in White Satin. Bring that back. Knights in White Satin.
Bring
Maybe
back
they'll do-
Brian's favorite ride.
Maybe they'll do like a dark coaster situation in there.
What do you mean? I'll just like put a coaster inside?
Yeah.
They could. I mean, do we think Enchanted Parks will have the money to do that, though?
They might. If they want to make St. Louis their flagship, they're
True.
going to have to invest money.
That is true. I saw someone said that they could just change Mr. Freeze to Mr. Cold Reverse Blast. Just like really obnoxiously lay the name over. And then Batman could just be Man the Ride or something. Just like the most like half-assed rethemes possible. But yeah, I'm curious to see what they wind up doing with that. It's going to be interesting. Let's see. Looking forward to the opening season, of course. So I can finally get to make some exciting content because it's been boring this off season. But yeah, very excited to get back on some coasters, especially for Toro. Very curious how it's going to be running on opening day, assuming it's open on opening day, which that is the plan as far as I know, with all of that new track in the Twister section. It's going to be exciting. Do you think Magic Mountain or Knott's is going to get sold? No. Knott's never.
Not absolutely not.
Magic Mountain, like maybe if they really needed to, but I wouldn't expect it. The only way Magic Mountain would get sold is if we had another CEO who decided that, you know, they wanted to make a terrible deal and sell a park for less money than they would get by just continuing to operate it, like what's happened before. So hopefully that doesn't happen again, because Magic Mountain's land is probably very valuable due to the real estate boom happening around the park. They're surrounded by houses now, so I'm sure a developer would be willing to pay a lot of money to get that land. Let's see. Here we go. I've been waiting up to this year, but then to see Great Escape is getting sold. It was a park I really liked. I mean, everyone's like acting like the parks are gonna like suffer for this. They're not closing. It's not a Six Flags America situation. You can still go visit the parks. You won't be able to use your Six Flags pass after this year, but otherwise, I don't think they're really going to change that much, honestly. Especially Great Escape. There's no licensed characters there other than the Timbertown characters, which I don't even know if those are licensed. So,
Speaking of Six Flags America, did you see the mouse is being removed?
I completely forgot to mention that. Yeah, for those of you who have not seen, there's been aerial footage showing Raging Cajun being disassembled, not to be scrapped because it's being disassembled very carefully, but it is disassembled. And apparently I heard that the flyers got disassembled too.
I heard a rumor about where, what is it, the Wild Mouse is going? Take this with a grain of salt, of course. Apparently Kentucky Kingdom has a building that had a Jetstar in it, and they put a 4D or 5D theater in it, and they're taking the 5D theater out.
Exactly what that is.
Yeah. Supposedly it could be them. Don't know. Take it with a grain of salt. Interesting timing, though.
That would be interesting. And put a pin in that because I want to come back to it. But first, thank you, T-Posy, for the super chat. Very much so. Appreciate it. Back to this, though. Wait, no. I don't know what the story is with Six Flags America because they've kind of just been sitting there for a while, and you would have thought that the rides would have been removed much sooner.
I mean, they did tweet. They did go on social media the other day to sell passes, though.
Yeah. That was wrong in my opinion. That was just morally wrong.
It was terrible.
But if you guys remember, we had that situation where there were a bunch of rides from Six Flags America posted as being sold on the used rides website. It was Raging Cajun, Harley Quinn, and two others I can't think of at the moment. But those were all up there, and then they got removed from the website. And I don't think they were removed because they were sold. So I still don't really know what's happening with the property. It sounds like the local, county and municipal leaders, they don't really know what's happening either. So we could see that park sit in limbo for a little while and maybe just see a couple rides siphoned out. But otherwise, everything will probably just sit abandoned, in my opinion, which sucks. It really sucks. That's the Sammy question. What do you have planned for Mystic Isles, and what's your favorite park? I only ask because I'm designing a theme park, and I'm curious what you guys enjoy thematically and ride-wise. Yeah, what do you have planned for Mystic Isles?
Well, Mystic Isles is doing another park, and I've been working on it, but it's taken a while because I don't have all the time in the world to do it. But Colin has seen it. Colin's built a couple coasters in there, and it looks really cool. It's just, it's going to be a while.
Yeah, so the Mystic Isles that you saw with the Vekoma launch coaster, the Unforgiven mock spinning coaster, that park is complete. It's not going to be
not complete, just
on hold.
On hold, yes. There we go.
It's going to be like what's it called? Like Animal Kingdom, where they build a ton of stuff and then just do nothing to it for years, and then eventually put in a big expansion. But it's going to take a while.
Yeah, we'll get back to it eventually. There's a lot of expansion plots.
As for my favorite park, the more I think about it, the more I just keep coming back to Cedar Point. I think it's just like it's kind of unbeatable now with the lineup they have. But if you're looking for like a more themed park experience, it's pretty tight between Epic and Islands. I can't really decide which of the two is my favorite out of the Universal parks, but maybe Epic, just because it's more cohesive and it's theming throughout all of the lands, whereas Islands definitely has some areas that need to be renovated and haven't been. So, yeah. Let's see. We already answered that.
How about California's Great America? Any word on that?
As far as I know, it's still going to be gotten rid of by the end of, I guess, 2027 or the start of 2027. I forget. I think it's the end of 27. I think that's their last season, allegedly. I hope they change their mind on that, but I don't see them changing their mind. Maybe Enchanted Parks will buy it. What new coaster do you think Valley Fair will get after the new ownership? I don't think they're going to get a new coaster, honestly. You guys have to understand that the lineup of parks that Enchanted has, there's not a single really big park in that lineup. There's not a single big like cash cow. I mean, you'll have parks like Michigan's Adventure, like Great Escape, that make money, but not nearly enough to start throwing coasters at these parks. Otherwise, they're going to get themselves into the same debt spiral that Six Flags has gotten themselves into numerous times. So any expectations of big investment coming, in my opinion, are super unrealistic. So don't get your hopes up. Not to sound all doom and gloom, but we got to keep it realistic here. Let's see. Oh, here's an interesting one. So why do you guys think out of the 4 lower tier Cedar Fair parks that Dorney was the one that was kept, while Valley Fair keeps pulling decent crowds and Worlds of Fun is in the growing Kansas City area? Quite frankly, it's because Dorney's the best performing one. Especially after Iron Menace in 24, they had a phenomenal year. I remember they were just constantly overcrowded, having to close to capacity, park people out in the grass because they were packed. Last year, obviously, they didn't really do too much, so probably stagnated a little bit. But Dorney is in the best market out of all of those 4 parks. Plus, now they have Great Adventure, which they can easily kind of partner up as a sister park since they're only about an hour and a half away from each other. So to me, it makes perfect sense why they kept Dorney out of the 4.
It's its proximity to all the other parks too. The ones in PA, up to Great Escape, down to King's Dominion, Busch Gardens. It's just where it's at is kind of the key. Even though, like, we hold those 3 parks in the same kind of regard in terms of like, how they're laid out and things like that, and the types of rides they have and whatnot. But I mean, it's my least favorite of the 3, but it's still a good park and it's still in the right spot.
Absolutely. And I think too, if they got rid of Dorney, you're losing a lot of season pass sales that would be going straight to Great Adventure too.
That park's beloved in that area.
Oh yeah.
And it's all about the water park too.
Oh, Wildwater Kingdom is incredibly popular. So every summer, every day, it's always packed. Let's see. My guess is we will see palindrome clones or other style Gerstlauers like that in other parks down the road. I mean, we've seen coasters kind of similar to palindrome. Like, I'm thinking, what is it? Is it Mystic at Wallaby Roan Alps? Is that what it's called?
Super Chat.
Oh, there's a Super Chat. You're right.
You forgot. We don't have Tom's horn tonight. Damn it.
No, not anymore. Thank you, James Lendorn, for the Super Chat. Is there a chance The 2027 Great Adventure Coaster is themed to a Superman villain like Brainiac. How do I go about this? This is what I'll say. I personally hope that they don't go with a DC theme because I think it would completely undermine what they're trying to do with that area. In my opinion, and this is not with any official information, this is just my personal beliefs and wants for the park. If they're going to stick with the boardwalk theme, go all in on it. Do something similar to Cedar Point's boardwalk, throw a bunch of flat rides in there, give it like a nice kind of shore style theme, what the boardwalk really always should have been. Superman needs to be either removed or rethemed. They're not going to remove it, so retheme it and just make that whole area have a really nice like beachy boardwalk vibe. And then, of course, Project 2027 would tie in with that. That's what I'll say on that. Anyways, back to this. Yeah, Mystic at Wallaby Rhone Alps, I think it's called. There's a couple other Gerstlauers that have that similar kind of like spike in the middle of the ride and then switch track right before the station. So I definitely think we could see more of them, although they haven't really taken off. And I think the problem, too, is that they're not very marketable, which isn't really an issue when you're trying to pad out a new park with a lineup of attractions. But if you're building a particular coaster for the sake of, trying to get new people to come to the park, something like that really isn't going to move the needle, in my opinion.
Yeah, it's interesting you said that. One of the things that makes Codaland work, it's not a destination park. It's a park at a destination. So like you're going to see Formula One, you're going to see MotoGP. You're typically going to that area for something else. And they're just going to print money because once the race is over or before the race starts, people want some things to do.
Very true. I have a feeling that park has the potential to really take off and be super successful. And I hope they do because it looks sick. Just, once they actually get it open. Another super chat.
If we're renaming Superman, we have to make Joker Total Mayhem.
I agree. Or get rid of Joker.
No.
Get rid of Joker.
No.
I don't even like Joker, and I still disagree with you. I'm like, they're not getting rid of a compact, I'll say decent throughput ride.
You'd be surprised.
Is it really? It's not really anymore.
But I don't know if I'm allowed to talk on that or not.
It has not good throughput. Just leave it at that.
It took a lot to get good throughput on there.
And they messed it up since you left.
I believe it.
Thank you, JL30014, for the super chat. Do you have insight on new stage shows at Great Adventure? Nothing new to speak on at this time. Speaking from official information exclusively, we know that there is a safari event taking place on opening weekend and going into spring break as well. And there's a stage being constructed over by El Toro's Turnaround in front of the refill location. So we know that for sure is happening. And DC Heroes and Villains is returning this year as well, probably around the same time of year if I had to guess. So that's going to be exciting too. Otherwise, though, nothing official. I'm hoping that we at least see Dead Man's Party come back. The fact that it wasn't in the park last year sucked, and I really hope it comes back. Of course, I hope Unleashed returns as well, and hopefully Holiday comes back. And if it does, I'd love to see Frost come back as well. But I really just want to see them use the Showcase Theater more. It's so underutilized. They should be having events for every season, every month of the year in that theater. It's a great facility. I mean, it could use maybe a little refurbishment, but not using it, to me, is a big mistake.
Holiday has to come back. Even if it's smaller. Even if it's just a smaller version of what we had.
And what I tried to explain, too, is that, like, when I go to Holiday, I don't necessarily speak for everyone, but I feel like I speak for a lot of people. I'm not even going for the rides. I'm going for the atmosphere, the vibes, the environment.
It's one of the friendliest time of the year at that park. It's everyone there is happy to be there.
It's just the decorations,
and after Freight Fest, you need that.
Yes, so. I agree. Not having that is just, it's rough. So hopefully we do see it return. I'm also curious what they're going to do with that new stage that will be constructed on the other side of the fountain, because that'll open the door for all kinds of different entertainment throughout the day. And I hope we see more of those pop up around the park and just a heavier emphasis.
Flashbang Brass.
Flashbang Brass is probably going to move over there now to its new home instead of that sad excuse of a stage where Cyborg was.
And that whole lakefront area, it's like back in the day, that's where the water ski show used to be. And it was great to take a break and go watch the water ski show. And now there's nothing there, and it's like, put something there, make it usable for something. So
I agree. We got another super chat. Thank you, James Lindorn 3781 for the super chat. How does black and purple tie into a boardwalk though? Isn't there a chance boardwalk goes the way of Golden Kingdom? Are you talking like the boardwalk being themed to the Golden Kingdom? Because I don't think that's happening.
no, I think the Golden Kingdom went away, so maybe the
I think he's asking. He's like, how do the colors tie into the boardwalk theme right now?
We won't know until there's a theme.
I think they're saying the boardwalk is going away, just like the Golden Kingdom went away.
Yes.
I don't think that's going to happen. It's going to put that out there. They have continually referred to this project as the Boardwalk Improvement Project for 2026. And I don't think they would keep calling it the Boardwalk Improvement Project if they're not.
Maybe they meant
as
the area though.
What do you mean?
They should call it the BIP.
Like maybe it's just the area they mean when they say boardwalk improvement, because it's always
All
been
I'll say
known as
is
boardwalk.
I'm saying everything I can say. I believe the boardwalk is not going anywhere. And as for the black and purple, there's a lot they can do to make that work. Personally, and this is just, again, this is speaking separately from any official park information. This is my personal what I want. I would love to see that whole area go into a haunted theme and give the purple coaster a haunted kind of theme. That's not just because of the trademark that is out there of Phantom Spire, and that's not necessarily the name. It could be. But I think that would be amazing that if they theme that area to like a haunted, like something, that would be amazing. Like Kings Island with Banshee and the Bat, just all out like that.
Collywood confirmed. There you have it, folks.
No confirmations. There are no confirmations here. Just speculation. Let's see. Where were we in the chat? I think we were here. I'd love to see USA get more Gerstlauer inverts. Are there even any in the US? I don't think there are.
I can't think of one.
I think it's just Storm at Tussenfrid at in whatever country that is. You know, I would think that'd be cool. I'm not the biggest fan of Gerstlauer, I will be honest, because they all have a tendency to wind up really rough after a few years. I will give American Dream some props though, and Darius, I know you can speak to this too. That Shellraiser is actually a lot better now, like a lot better.
It's rideable.
It is right. It's not perfect. It still beats you up, but it's rideable.
Is it front row or back row rideable?
I actually like the front row better, but I know I'm the only one.
No, front row.
Oh, you did too. Okay, good.
Yeah.
I'm not the only one.
Yeah, the only one I can think of that I've been on that didn't develop some kind of rattle was Monster. Monster's still like silky smooth.
Okay. Even Hydra's. Oh, a Shellraiser? Oh, yeah. It shakes like crazy. And what I don't like that they did to Shellraiser, though, is there are the trims further down on the drop have been raised. So you're trimmed longer as you're going down that drop, which you would think would maybe make the anticipation better, but it just feels awkward. I feel like I'd rather just let you go.
They apparently did that for two reasons. They needed the tower to shake less while the ride's going.
Makes sense.
And so the tower like steadies and then it goes, which I'm still confused as how that works, but it made a difference.
Is that why you sit up there for so obnoxiously long, sitting still?
Yes. Here's what I'll say. It's on par in terms of shakiness and beating you up with Takabisha.
Okay. I guess that's a pretty good bar to match.
Yeah.
It's at least a good ride now. I will say that. It's a good ride.
Could you see what they retrofitted into it when you were there? Like, is it the tower that was shaking?
The first element that, like, I don't even know what you want to call it. It kind of looks like an inverted top hat. It's really just a giant corkscrew. The top of that, there's a dampener, I guess you would call it.
Yeah.
And that kind of, I guess, tries to mitigate some of the shaking. And I believe there's another dampener somewhere else. I can't remember exactly where. You can also see some welds as well where the supports where they attached the track, they were completely redone on certain parts of the ride. So there was a lot of work done, and you could tell.
Yeah, they put stiffeners on the track. Like there was a couple of places where I was like, oh, didn't think about that. Like they did some good work.
You're gonna get me back there, huh?
You're gonna have to go back, Ken.
Headache.
Yeah, well, you won't get a headache from that anymore. Unless you ride
Nope.
it 20 times, then you probably will.
I rode it back to back 3 times.
And you were fine.
Yeah, like that's a coaster where if I went there, I would ride it once. And the last time I rode it prior to the whatever we're gonna call it, I said I would not get back on that coaster. I was taking Colin's word.
Yeah. I mean, Bob, you remember when we rode it in 2020? That thing was horrible.
You talking about Shell Razor?
Yeah.
I remember it ruined my day, and I didn't ride anything at Great Adventure that night until the next day because I had like a migraine and I felt
Why do I remember this and I wasn't even there for this?
Yep.
like the launches were cool. That was the only part that I felt like was smooth, and the rest of the ride just beat me up so bad it was unbearable.
Yeah. And
Yeah.
the worst thing about that ride, like I say it's a good ride, I don't think the layout is really that good because most of the elements you just kind of like just shuffle through and you don't really get any force out of them. And the first element's cool. The banana roll does nothing. The corkscrew is decent because you go through it quick, and the twisted airtime hill is cool. The second half, though, like the only good element for me is the cutback. Everything else is just whatever, other than the drop.
First half is better.
Yes, the first half's a lot better. But yeah, we've talked a lot about Shell Razor. We'll move on now. We also need to see more new gen Vekoma flyers in the US. Well, it's not even just more. We need to see any new gen Vekoma. I agree though, because I feel like Universal or Disney, I don't know why they haven't jumped on that yet. That would be incredible.
What is the like? I mean, I know obviously you don't have one, but what is the cost difference between if they built one here versus one they built over there? Is it significantly cheaper because it's way closer and less to ship and things like that over there, or would the cost be similar? Do you think?
I think they have a plant here, so it should be the same.
But they don't manufacture the track here. I know that.
Not at all.
That all gets shipped. Because Magic Mountains, look, everything was coming in a crate from there.
That's true.
And with the current tariff situation, it is
Oh yeah,
very
No
expensive.
tariffs. There's no
Yeah.
tariffs. The tariffs are gone.
they weren't gone at the time of purchase for many of these things.
Refund.
That's why
Yeah.
the new coaster track for Great Adventure will be coming in weird intervals also because of the overseas shipping situation. But yeah, I'm still very surprised that one of these hasn't been built. I'm sure they're expensive, and that's probably a deterrent. But Universal and Disney, they have all kinds of money. So come on, build one.
How about the Monsters Inc.? Is that Vekoma?
As far as I know,
I mean, that could be a close to, well,
that'll probably be the closest we get. Although that's more suspended to kind of mimic the doors from the movie. So
Vekoma's the one to beat, man. They
know
I
what they're
think they
doing.
have the best quality right now of any manufacturer.
They took over for B&M.
pretty much, yeah. My only issue with Vekoma, though, and I feel like anyone here who's, well, Siren doesn't really count because Siren is unhinged, but any of the other new gen Vekomas, they're a little too tame. Like they're designed in a way where they're designed to appeal to the broadest audience possible. I felt this the most on Iron Rattler. Iron Rattler, like most of the elements just felt way too tame, like not whippy, just kind of like you just kind of float through it.
Well, I feel like that about all the like current mock rides coasters in the US too, other than like Time Traveler. It's the same thing like Copperhead and a few of the other ones that are just
What about Stardust?
He hasn't been to Epic yet.
Oh.
Yeah, no, I haven't been there yet. You know what I'm saying though? Like, let's say before the last 2 or 3 years, let's say like that. But like all the ones that were when they first started, kind of the mock craze with the launch coasters and things, they were all like, the Copperhead Strike. Manta's one, right? I think. Yeah. So like those, same idea.
That's fair. I just hope that we get more Intamins because I feel like there's been a bit of an Intamin deficit other than Fast and Furious at both parks, which actually we haven't talked about Fast and Furious yet, particularly the Hollywood variant. Those trains look amazing.
Oh, it's beautiful. It's beautiful.
Really cool.
That's the best looking trains.
The one thing I don't like though, why did they do 2 orange cars? What's the?
I was thinking that too.
Because the one I'll be honest, I don't remember very much from the Fast and Furious franchise because it sucks. But the one guy's car is like the one guy who's not really like that main of a player. That's one of the orange cars. I forget who, but I don't understand why they picked that car of all cars. There's so many other cars they could have
Should have
picked.
done the red car.
I agree. Because you got the the Challenger, or is it a Charger? It is. That's one of the two. It is Charger. You got the Charger. You got the Nissan. You got the Supra, and then you got the other one.
Yeah.
The Mazda is the one I don't understand why they put it.
Don't forget you have to license the manufacturer of the car, so that might have been a factor.
And you think Mazda was an easy one to license?
Probably.
Compared to any of the others?
Clamoring to get a Mazda right now?
No.
There you go.
Although, was anyone clamoring to get a Nissan? Not really. So, I think an argument can be made for almost any of them.
Did you see the picture of the wheel coolers on that thing too?
Yeah.
Oh my god.
I will say though, my only issue with the ride itself is I feel like it doesn't fully utilize the spinning. Like, I like how it does it for certain elements, but I feel like there's way too much of that ride where you are going forwards. Like, it should be spinning a lot more.
I also don't understand how all the cars kind of do like a half rotation on the stall, but then the second car does a full 360.
That was I saw that too. That was so weird.
I don't know. I was like, did anybody else not notice the fact that the second car did a full 360? The other ones are just like a 180. I'm like,
yeah. Like, I feel like with elements like that, right? You have a stall on a spinning coaster with controlled spinning. Why are you not going to make it bonkers? Why wouldn't you make it do a full 360 like the second car? Like, I don't get that. There's just and then like the barrel roll, the final barrel roll, you don't spin through it. You go forwards.
So I guess you want the second car.
I guess so. I don't know.
I'm being told two things. The first thing is each car will have a unique ride.
Right.
So there will always be something different about 1, 2, 3, and 4. And I'm still being told we haven't seen the final sequence.
Well, is this full speed? Because if this is full speed, that first half looks really boring.
there's no way it's 72.
No. There's no point at that ride.
I was watching it thinking how slow it looked last night.
Yeah. I mean,
Also,
yes, I see someone saying it's Hollywood Drift, not Hollywood Spin. I get that. But I don't think it's really maximizing the drift either.
I also think it's funny that when one of the cars faults out, it just stays where it is. So
Yeah,
like
it
if
is
it
pretty
faults,
funny.
then it just like stays like sideways. I'm like, that's the ride you want.
Yeah. If you had the whole ride, you're just facing 90 degrees one way or the other. That's the ride to have. That's
what I'm saying.
But yeah, I think it's going to be really good. I'm very curious to see what the Florida one winds up looking like once that gets built. But it looks like a great ride. Do I think it's the best coaster of 26? I don't know.
I really hope like on the Florida one with like the spike, the first car, like the lead car turns around and is like, oh guys, not this way. And then all the other cars turn.
I hope it does like a full 360 and like starts drifting back and forth or something, like to really mimic that feeling of a drift. Like you're like spinning around and then you like go back and forth, back and forth. Like I was hoping to see more of that on the Hollywood variant. Because like, yeah, you turn, but like when you're drifting, you're not just turning and then straightening out. You're turning and you go back and forth a little bit before you straighten out. So that's another thing I was kind of disappointed about seeing. I mean, like I said, or like Darius said, we haven't seen the final version yet, but I hope it's a little more aggressive.
Let's hope it's better than the whatever that ride was that you and Phil rode down in Atlanta. Gold Rusher.
Gold Rusher is good though.
It wasn't that
Yeah,
bad.
but the half the time.
Well, no, it didn't spin, but that was fine.
Which was a good thing.
Yeah, it actually made the ride better. Oh, here's a question for Darius. Darius, any sneaker pickups recently? Just snagged a pair of Wolf Gray 5s.
Ooh, Wolf Gray 5s. So if you can you see? Yeah. So I have the regulars and the infrareds, and then I got a pair of gammas.
There you go. The latest episode of Darius Sneakerhead Adventures.
Sneakerhead.
Got a couple of other ones, but they're obscure.
Here's an interesting one. Is the era of the RMC conversion over? I mean, they've kind of converted all the ones in the US that need to be converted. So,
I mean, Predator is the only one. I know they Titan tracked it, but like that's the only other one that I would think. I
mean, Monster would probably be a good one up at
El Toro.
No. I'm really curious for the future of RMC in general, because obviously we've seen their business kind of slow down a bit. They're really just kind of selling Raptors now. There's not many iBoxes at all. And the last one was the Duo in 2023. But I don't know. I'm curious if there's really a market for RMCs, because I feel like they kind of rode the wave of the 2010s, and now it's like, well, what are you going to do with them?
I see this in the chat, and it raises the question: now that St. Louis is Enchanted Park,
oh, not Boss.
Do they do Boss?
I really hope they don't, because I feel like we've lost so many of those unique wooden coasters. And Boss, if it just got Gravity Group Retract, like it'd be phenomenal again, because it's a great ride as it is, but it doesn't need to be RMC. RMC Renegade, why? That looks like a great ride.
Oh, Renegade's fantastic.
Yeah, I was gonna say, why would you RMC it?
It has like my favorite drop on any GCI too, because it's like a twisted drop.
RMCing a Voyage would be great.
RMC the Voyage.
Okay, let's not do that.
I can definitely get behind that.
Listen, man, I'm just gonna throw it out there that it needs to be trimless and you need to ride it on Thursday at 8:00 p.m. Like,
no, that's
on the Voyage. It's okay.
It's fine. It's not my favorite. I like Ravine Flyer better.
I've got something that I wanted to mention.
Yeah, Ken, go ahead.
The survey that went out from Great Adventure about haunts.
Oh, yeah, you got that and I didn't. So why don't you tell us?
Well, I have the list if you want to know what the list of suggestions. They're basically suggesting video games, to use video game IP for the haunts.
What, like Silent Hill?
Well, there's different groups too. There's also fantasy stuff. So this is the core horror, survival horror. It's Last of Us, Resident Evil, Until Dawn, the Dark Pictures anthology, Alien Isolation, Silent Hill, Amnesia: The Dark Descent, The Evil Within, Five Nights at Freddy's, Dead by Daylight, and Outlast.
That's a long list.
Wait, there's more.
Oh, God.
Let's see. Then we have Dark Fantasy. It's The Darkest Dungeon, Elden Ring, Dante's Inferno, Dark Souls, Castlevania, The Witcher, Diablo, Bloodborne. And then we have Steampunk, which is Prey, System Shock, Soma, Doom, Dead Space, Metro, and Bioshock.
I would think a Doom one would actually be cool, but like otherwise, I'm going to be honest, I am very against these IP haunted houses. And I shared this.
Because we're not done yet, Colin.
Oh, there's more. Oh.
We got post-apocalyptic, which is The Walking Dead, State of Decay, Fallout, Left 4 Dead, Days Gone, and Dying Light.
Is that it?
And we have stylized. It's Alan Wake, Control.
Too many choices.
Bendy and the Ink Machine. I have no idea what that is.
Why?
Limbo / Inside, which could be interesting. Little Nightmares, Cuphead. And then we have Family Friendly, which is Plants vs. Zombies, Luigi's Mansion, Ghostbusters, and Medieval.
So as somebody who studies like the creation of surveys in one of my classes, whoever created the survey does not know how to do this at all.
Well, they threw everything out. I was like, first of all, you're not going to be able to do any of this stuff.
No. Well,
I think they should stick with the original IP.
Yeah, I stressed this in our meeting with the Six Flags CEO as well, that I am very anti-IP houses, because what happens with those is you wind up overpromising and underdelivering. You have a franchise that's beloved, and we saw this happen with Stranger Things really badly at Great Adventure and the other Six Flags parks that had it. You have a IP that's just beloved. People go in expecting something incredible, something that's really going to immerse them. And then they go through whatever it is that you have, which probably can't live up to those expectations, especially if you have mandates from these companies who are licensing out the product to you in the first place, who make you do certain things that maybe limit you, or maybe you don't have enough time or enough budget to really accommodate it, and you wind up with a subpar experience. Meanwhile, you look at all the other non-IP houses, and I keep going back to Asylum at Great Adventure, but there's so many examples. You have Ghost of the Machine at Dorney. There's so many out there. And they just go all out. They have full creative freedom. They do whatever they want, and they create an absolutely fantastic experience. And in my opinion, you get more people to visit your park for those haunted houses when that really strong experience spreads via word of mouth than you dumping millions into marketing and licensing out these IPs. It's stupid. I don't understand why all these companies are going on.
That was my response to their survey. I said, stick with your own stuff. You used to do great stuff at the park, and that hasn't happened in years.
Like
Exactly.
Jersey Devil, you just extend it and do the Legend
Why
of
is there
Jockey Hollow.
not
Do a Jersey Devil haunt.
Devil Haunt? Exactly.
Headless
It's
Horseman.
stupid.
They were so close too.
I know. It's like, why would you not? And then, like, people would be like, oh, well, Horror Nights does IPs. Yeah, because Horror Nights, Universal, they have the creative liberty to do whatever they want, basically.
Budget. I mean,
Yeah, they have a budget that's completely incomparable to Six Flags or United. They can do whatever they want. They need to get away.
Coded.
Exactly. It just, it aggravates me to see them. And I know United is doing the exact same thing, trying to go towards the IP houses. And I don't like that direction at all. And I see Chris says he's doing the survey now. Tell him that you don't want to see any IP houses.
I mean, you and I went to possibly one of the most aligned and themed and technically enabled versions of, Stranger Things. And
it wasn't even that good.
It missed the mark. Yeah.
Yeah. It was not good.
That was millions of dollars of technology to support the IP, and it still missed the mark.
Yeah, and for those of you that don't know what he's referring to, it was a Stranger Things experience we did in Yas Island, but they had it in the States at one point too. I feel like when you're trying to integrate IP into these themed experiences, and you're not doing it like Universal or Disney has, where you do a full land and you really go all out and you make the experience immersive from every angle possible, you're not doing it right. And that's really the only way to do it.
I still think Universal, their original haunts are better than the IP haunts.
From my experience last year, I disagree. I actually like Terrifier, FNAF better than the other ones, but I can see where you're coming from.
I hope they do the substance this year.
We'll see. Maybe. I know that comes out soon too, right? The announcements.
They'll start trickling out.
Yeah. Well, that's it for our little haunt tirade.
Sorry.
We've had a lot, but no, I appreciate it because I haven't heard the full survey listing yet. Let's see. Iron Dragon was disappointing after riding Topical 2. Well, I would think.
What is in the same week?
How did I respond to that?
Oh my lord. All right. Let's see. Oh, here we go. Colin and Sammy, is Falcon's Flight your new #1? No. Yes. And what about Darius? Darius wrote it too.
Listen, it ruined roller coasters for me. I'm just going to leave it.
That's what I'm saying. That's the problem.
It ruined roller coasters for me. There's nothing like that launch. There's a lot of parts, like the top of the hill until you get to the edge. But to essentially go up a 600-foot lift hill at 90 miles an hour and it feel like you're doing 20, can't even explain it. Like, you guys are probably like, yeah, whatever. That no way that happened. Yeah, it did happen. And then someone was pointing out in the video, Colin, that I'm bouncing in the chair, as we're getting shot down. I was just giddy. So is it my #1? There's a couple of reasons why it's not, and they're way too hard to explain. But there are moments on that ride that are clearly my #1 in terms of moments. But it absolutely ruined roller coasters.
I was afraid when you said I can't feel my fingers.
Yeah.
It's oh,
it was exceptional.
My ears popped on it. I've never said that on a roller coaster before.
Here's I can't say who said this, but I have validated it multiple times. If you were to get stuck up on top of the cliff, it would take an hour to get back to the park. It would take an hour in a car.
Is that
in a car?
Is that including the evac, or is that just the ride?
No, once you were evac'd, it would take you an hour. You'd have to drive all the way around the cliff, down and back. You're at 1.2 miles away from where you started. You're not outside of the park. You're a mile and change away from the park. There's just you can't even put that scale into perspective. But I'm curious, Colin, why is it not your number one?
All right. I got to break the glaze for a second here because it is phenomenal. It's unlike anything else, but that's why it's not my number one. It's unlike anything else. What it does is an incomparable sensation to any other ride I've been on. Does that mean it's my favorite sensation? No. I prefer the feeling of getting launched out of my seat. However, I'm not trying to discredit the fact that going 155 miles an hour, hitting that boost, and the whole second half is crazy. The first half sucks. I'm not even going to sugarcoat it. From the drop to the first launch, it doesn't really do anything. I like the wave turn. That's about it. The second launch is awesome. I'm not going to sugarcoat that. It doesn't feel fast, but it's more so for the visuals. Top of the cliff, it's whatever. It really doesn't do anything. I like the little outer bank, but that's it. And then from the drop on, it's incredible. But at the end of the day, like, I'm not going to say I like it better than Stardust because I'm lying. I'm not going to say I like it better than El Toro, obviously, because I'm lying. Because the sensations I get on those rides, in my opinion, are more favorable for me than what I get on Falcons. That's not to say Falcons isn't incredible. And I'm sure this is just going to get worse and worse as more people ride it and, go crazy over it. I'm not saying people don't have a right to go crazy over it, but it's kind of hard to explain, honestly. I think I've tried to put it into words the best I can. It's more like an experience I would liken to like skydiving, for instance, as opposed to riding a roller coaster, because it's so different than anything else that it's in its own league. But when you try to compare it to things that aren't that similar to it, that's where the comparisons don't really work. If that makes sense.
Yeah. I get the comparison to something that's not a roller coaster. I get that, because that's I mean, the Millennium Falcon moment, like,
yeah,
it's exceptional.
It's also the fact that it has the downtime, and that takes away.
Oh, the downtime's ridiculous.
That just takes away. You have to have a ride that is consistent, works. That makes it a much better ride for me.
Apparently, it's in the game now. Like, I've talked to two people.
Well, I don't think anybody's getting out there right now.
Yeah, that's a different story.
I will say, though, everybody, I do think if you're a roller coaster or even an adrenaline junkie, you do need to experience it once in your life. Like, it is definitely something you need to do, kind of akin to like skydiving or bungee jumping. Like, it's one of those things that you just have to experience.
When's the Hollywood skydiving video we're doing?
That is actually happening sooner than you might think. I'm not going to give too many more details, but that will happen this year.
Through the Falcon's Flight Arch?
Not through the Falcon's Flight Arch. Not going to be like one of the Red Bull guys, but
I want to do that.
With a high five at the end.
I'll wait for
I see the target. I see the target goes right to the arch.
But yeah.
Someone asked me my favorite question.
What is?
Edgenica versus X2.
Ooh.
I can't speak on it. That's only you.
Someone asked
all the way.
Edgenica.
Darius, someone asked Edgenica or Falcon's Flight.
What'd you say?
Someone asked Edgenica or Falcon's Flight.
Oh, I thought they said, have I been on Edgenica? Could I compare it? I always think that's X2. Completely different rides. Edgenica is probably the most intense roller coaster that I've been on, and I would say Falcon is probably the most euphoric.
Yeah.
Darius, did you get Donapa?
I couldn't hear you.
Did you get Donapa?
Oh, Donapa? Yeah. Yeah, I did a whole tribute to it. I love that coaster. I've been on. I did it when it had the top hat. I did it when it had the loop, and I did it when they modified the launch. So, do I count it as 3 credits? No, I count it as 2. But I've been on all 3 iterations.
I'm gonna move on now from Falcon's Flight, because I feel like we've talked at length about it. But yeah. And I will say, I did create a video ranking every Intamin coaster I've been on, which will come out in time. And I have a feeling a lot of people are going to hate me for it. So I'm excited for that. Great Adventure is going to get some major love in the next 5 years. So I do want to talk a little bit about this because I feel like people are still kind of riding the doom and gloom wave of 2024 from Great Adventure. And it's really important that we kind of recognize that the park is at a turning point and things are going to change rapidly at the park. Well, not really rapidly. It's going to take time. And something that I always go back to, if you guys don't know, Ryan Eldridge is the PR director for Great Adventure. And he says this all the time. He said, I wouldn't have taken the job of being in charge of Great Adventure's PR if I didn't truly believe in the plan they have for the park's future. And as we're starting to see that come to life now, it might take some time, but I genuinely believe that to be true. And I think that 10 years from now, Great Adventure will be a completely different park, hopefully for the better. And seeing that the corporate leadership is so willing to listen to us and hear what we have to say, I do think that the park has the potential to be on a really, really positive trajectory going forward, and just support them. I know it might be hard. I will have you know that the people who decided to do King the Ka, those aren't the people in charge of Great Adventure. That was previous administration of corporate. That has nothing to do with the people now. The people now want to see the park do well, and harping on the past is not going to let that happen any easier. So,
Colin, I have a super important question to add on to this.
Which is?
So in the old like Cedar Fair legacy chain, they were very like, nope, Cedar Point is like this is our high end park. Nothing beats Cedar Point. Is that still the mindset going forward?
We were told that Great Adventure is a high priority property.
But does that will they be like, oh, we can't beat Cedar Point?
It was implied that Great Adventure is being set up to become the flagship over here. I don't know about flagship of the whole company. It could equal Cedar Point. I could definitely see that. But they know that the potential at Great Adventure is higher than any other park in the chain, and they want to realize it. It's just going to take time.
Cedar Point doesn't have a safari.
Cedar Point is landlocked. It can't do much more there. Great Adventure's not landlocked.
In the safari.
I'm sure New Jersey would love that.
I will move back if they put Falcons play in the safari.
See, what I want to see is a skyway over the safari. That's what I want to see.
That would actually be pretty cool. It would be like Tampa.
Last floors.
And something we mentioned too, in our meeting, was that the safari is probably one of the most underrated aspects of Great Adventure. Like, yeah, everyone knows it's there, but the marketing for it is not there. And the fact that that even exists is like that should be huge. That should be such a big marketing push. And we know that like the trucks are kind of a bottleneck in terms of capacity to get people through it. So why not try to introduce as many ways as possible?
And nobody knew how to get to the trucks. It's like the number of times at the park I had to tell people to like either walk over there or take the shuttle. There's like no signs that told you how to. There should have been a sign where the old safari entrance was telling you how to get to the safari last year.
I agree. It's never been set up properly, in my opinion. Let's see.
Doesn't get into all three parks.
That was another point we really touched on, was that the transportation optics at the resort don't exist. There's no resort there. It feels like three completely detached properties that happen to sit right next to each other.
They need a hotel. They
need a hotel. They need a transportation system. They need a much better road experience. The roadway itself is horrible. The parking lot's so dangerous at Great Adventure. One of the worst design things I've ever seen. It needs to be redone. A lot of it needs to be redone, and not just like band-aid little fixes here and there. Redo it. And I try to stress that too, that it feels like across the whole property, instead of actually redoing something and fixing the problems, they just add one little thing and try to make it look nice. Add one little thing here, but don't ever actually redo everything. It's just band-aids everywhere. When you have band-aids everywhere, you don't get anywhere. So hopefully they listen.
I will have to say that new coaster's color is so beautiful. I love it.
The purple. I said from the very beginning, I was hoping for blue or purple.
Person, it's going to be like, oh.
Yeah. It's exciting. It's very exciting. Colin Wood Studio. I got a question. What is the best coaster at Canada Wonderland? Alpine Fury. It's definitely Alpine Fury.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Colin Wood Studio.
That's a new one. I have not seen that one yet.
Studio. No more studios.
It's just one studio, and it happens to be owned by Colin Wood.
Colin Wood Studio.
The best flat ride is
Would have a studio.
Yes, Sledgehammer is fun. It is very fun. I also like what's it called? Tundra Twister. Tundra Twister's cool. And you definitely like what's the
I like watching
Skywalk
Ken
called?
spin on Skywalk.
Yeah. Would you get 34 flips?
36.
Meanwhile, I watching you guys
36.
struggle, and Ken is just barrel rolling for like 4 minutes.
Ridiculous.
I got off and everyone's cheering. How did you do that?
Hey, am I making it up? But there used to be one of those at Nickelodeon Universe, right?
Not the one in New Jersey, but there is the one in Minnesota.
Okay, that's
That's
for
it.
me.
Yeah.
That's why I got it all confused. I was looking for it, and I'm like, oh, maybe it's a different park. It was.
Isn't it going to Cummington?
What? One of those?
Yeah, the one from Ocean City.
Oh, yeah, that's right. It is there. Yeah. I forgot about that. Along with Mardi Gras Hangover from Great America, I believe. How many visits do you think you'll have this season? I don't know. I think last year it was like somewhere in the 40s or 50s. I think 40s. 2024 was 60, which was ridiculous. But that was mainly because of Ka. I'd say anywhere between 30 and 50 probably, depending on how life goes. I don't think I will. You know, as you get older, life happens. Things get in the way. So there won't be as much time for Great Adventure this year, but I will try to make it happen. Don't worry though. The weekly updates are not going anywhere as far as I'm concerned. Any updates on Swashbuckler? All I can say is it's not being removed. So don't get scared. Do anything about Passholder Preview Night and how to, well, you won't have to sign up. The way these, well, actually, Bob can probably speak to this because you go to Passholder Preview Nights for your Cedar Fair parks. How do they work?
You go.
Exactly.
There's nothing usually special about it unless they're like doing like a new ride or something. I mean, you show up if your pass is valid for like to get in for it, you're good.
Well, Great Adventure always makes things more complicated.
In theory, but no, I think Bob hit the nail on the head there. You just got.
You have to pay $5 to me.
Yeah. Clip of the year right there.
Ken will be collecting at the parking ticket or the parking tolls.
Clip of the year.
If you're referring to the hours, though, they have not announced them yet. I don't know what they are yet either, and they technically haven't even officially announced this. It was just announced at East Coaster, so very limited details now. But I'm sure we'll hear something.
Don't expect anything like great. It's just going to be
just the park being open.
It's just like a trial night. Like expect, just have fun. Don't like harp when things aren't going right. They're learning. They'll be learning that night.
Exactly. You think Toro will get better trains that don't suck? What's wrong with Toro's trains? Other than the fact that, yeah, dude, those are like the best restraints ever, in my opinion. Or not the best, but one of the best. The only problem with them is that they don't have the individual verify. Well, they don't have individual. What would you call that, Sammy? Where instead of saying the whole car being not verified, they have the individual seats with their individual verified.
Individual seat verifiers?
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean,
the fact that they don't have that. Yeah, the fact that they don't have that is a problem.
Make you get stapled.
Yeah, which is not fun on El Toro. And I think it does need the screens.
Trains are way past the service life.
Yeah, it definitely does need better or new trains, but there's nothing wrong with like when you ride Toro, it's very comfortable.
Maybe he means better trains by like a newer version of the train, like the ones that Colossus has.
I guess. I just hope it doesn't run slower if it gets those. Let's see. Are Superman, Batwing, Joker, Jinx, and Wildland being disassembled? They have not been touched, as far as I know. I know some of the trains might have moved, but in terms of the physical rides themselves, I don't think anything has happened. Did you see my super chat? No, I did not. Yeah, I'm not surprised YouTube is glitching out. That's pretty par for the course. All right. Do you think the 2027 coaster is a Green Lantern replacement and a new coaster is in the works for the King to Ka plot/Frontier Adventures? Here, this is what I'll say on this. The reason why they're not calling it the King to Ka replacement is because A, it's not on the plot, and B, they don't want it compared to Ka because people will have things to say. Leave it at that. But it's not a Green Lantern. It's not really a replacement for anything. It's just a new ride. It's touching like basically the helix where Lantern was, when the mid-course was, and that's about it. If anything, it's a Twister replacement because the station's right there. It's not a direct replacement of anything.
And we really don't need another King to Ka.
No,
it already happened.
Rebuilding that makes no sense, and that's why this ride will be different, as you guys will see once it's announced. And new coasters in the works for King of Ka /Frontier Adventures. I don't know. I hope. I mean, I hope. My personal hope, if you guys haven't seen the video already, is that they rebuild Golden Kingdom, really expand it out. You get a Vekoma family launch coaster like Big Bear back there. You get a Blitz back there, and a whole load of flat rides, restaurants. Sure, Falcon.
We don't need a Falcon flight.
That's all I want in the entire world is them to put a Falcon flight.
Go back to Saudi Arabia, Sammy.
Yeah, you go back over there. Go live over there.
I can't really go over there right now.
No, definitely cannot.
Nobody should be going over there right now.
No, I would wait for quite a while.
All jokes aside, that is a little bit of a PSA. And sorry, I'm like stopped up. So bear with me. If you're planning on going there, like seriously think about it right now. And I'm not saying because I got a chance to go there. I used to work out there. Now is not the time to do a pilgrimage.
I'd give it some time. And by some time, I'd say probably at least 8 months.
I was going to say November at least.
Yeah, I'd wait quite a while.
And I wouldn't make any plans for November. Wait and see until November.
No.
Yeah, exactly.
Honestly, wait a year, and that's when you can like really be definitive.
Wait till they have a hotel on site.
There you go. That's what I keep saying. But yeah, next up, drop tower and parachute area. I think that'd be great. I would love to see that happen, as long as it's not like Sirocco. Sirocco looks horrible. But if it's an Intamin, that'd be great. Or a Larson, I'd be happy with that.
Falcon's
It's
Fury.
not the. Oh, sorry, go ahead.
Falcon's Fury, yes, please. Although it'll probably be broken.
It's not that Sirocco was bad. It's just that the programming was terrible. I'm sure it could be good.
I don't know. From the testing I saw while I was there, it looked awful.
Again, it's the programming.
Is that the one at Kadea?
Yeah.
Did you get to ride that, Sammy?
I did.
It's not. It was. The floor that drops out.
Yeah, I don't know. I really shouldn't be spoiling anything. I don't want to say too much, but yeah, it just don't like that part doesn't mean much. I'm gonna be honest.
You can spoil because I won't remember when I.
Yeah, but there's like 100 people in the chat right now.
That's true.
You can tell me after.
How would you rank the coasters at Dorney Park? Steel Force, Talon. It's gonna get controversial now. Thunderhawk, Possessed, Hydra, Iron Menace, Wild Mouse.
I would agree 100%.
Yeah. Higher.
That would have been my exact list.
I love Thunderhawk, so that's why.
Is Iron Menace at the bottom of the list?
It's just above Wild Mouse. Sorry, Jason, Ryan, but I'm not going to lie.
I've never rode a coaster that has such a difference in seats. Because we rode in the front the first time, and I was like, what the hell is everybody talking about? This was fine. And then we rode in the back, and I thought I wanted to die. It was absolutely the worst thing I've ever experienced.
It's brutal. Do you think Great Adventure will get any new rides other than the 2027 project, and specifically 2026? They have stated that they are working on a project in the boardwalk that will involve a new attraction. That is what they have said. Pantherian or Fury 325? I'm going to go with Pantherian. I love that ride.
I like Fury.
I'm going to go with I-305.
Correct answer.
Ken?
You know the answer to that.
I don't. Is it Fury?
No.
Oh, you do like Pantherian better. Okay.
A ride that makes you black out, that shouldn't really exist. It's
And now it honestly has a better theme. Not necessarily a better name, but definitely a better theme.
and there's never a line, so just keep riding it.
Exactly. Let's see. What is your favorite coaster in the Six Flags chain? Pantherian. It is Pantherian. What about you guys?
X2. Well, wait, just get the account.
I think mine's.
I guess
Steel
technically,
Vengeance.
yeah.
I think mine is Steel Vengeance. I think. I don't remember. I haven't looked at my top 10 list in forever.
Falcon's Flight of Qiddiya accounts. If not, then X2.
Yeah, X2.
X2's overrated.
X2's in my top
According
10.
to
Still.
you.
It's not that, like, it's nothing crazy.
Gotta go do it again.
I did it in the outside seat because I like the outside seat better. And it's tame. Ken, what about you? What's your favorite in the Six Flags chain?
You know, I hate these questions. Pantherian. I just answered that, so Pantherian.
Fair. Oh yeah, this is actually a very big piece of news. Have you heard that Tempesto at BGW now has lap bars?
Thank God.
Oh,
They are
really?
migrating every single Skyrocket 2 over to lap bars and no more comfort collars in the SeaWorld chain. Electric Eel is in the process of doing it. Tigress did it, and so is Tempesto. So they're all going to be fantastic now.
Oh,
That's
the
so
other bit of news we skipped.
What?
Dollywood, the retrack.
Oh, with Lightning Rod, that's right. You had more information on this than I did.
Wait, I don't know about this. What?
Lightning Rod's getting retracked over the off season. Again,
It sounds like the rest of it that hasn't been touched yet is being retracked.
And they're putting linear induction motors on. No,
Don't-
joking.
I wish.
Darius, I was gonna be like, don't play with me right now. Don't play with me.
Don't be toying with my emotions.
So I guess it's going to be iBox. That's my assumption. So it'll be a fully steel coaster. I could be wrong. If anyone knows otherwise in the chat, let me know. But that's what I understand.
All the good parts of the ride have been taken away.
Yeah, which is a shame. I see people asking me about my knowledge on the Great Adventure new ride, and all I will say is continue to look at the official information that comes out from Great Adventure regarding the attraction.
it's a beautiful purple.
It is a beautiful purple. Let's see. What is your favorite themed park area?
Ooh.
I mean, if we're talking like the theme itself or the execution, I guess it's the execution.
It's got to be the execution.
I kind of got to go with Nintendo World.
Yes.
I don't love the crowds. I will say that. And I think the ride capacity it's a problem. But the execution of the area when it's not full of little kids and crazy 20-year-olds is fantastic.
I'd say Nintendo World for like big budget IP, but I'm telling you, if you've never been there, Alton Towers, like, I don't know, it's set in a like castle. They get the theming on every ride like exceptionally well. Like, I don't know, I'd put that as my number 2 actually.
Okay.
Galaxy's Edge.
I would love Galaxy's Edge more if it was actually themed to a real Star Wars place.
They're
They're
Which
changing
they're
it
trying
now.
to do, but
Yeah.
a little too late, in my opinion.
It's never too late for new.
I guess.
Also,
Tennessee's struggling.
Pandora too.
Pandora
Yeah, I
is
don't
really
know.
good.
I kind of
Pandora's really cool.
my Animal Kingdom kind of does it for me. The whole Animal Kingdom.
That's fair. It feels like another world in Animal Kingdom.
It doesn't feel like you're in a theme park.
It's true.
All right,
Also,
guys.
everybody, I'm putting the line in the chat at 9:45 for no more questions. So get them in quick.
I gotta go Betty bye. I'm sick and I'm tired.
Yeah, it feels like it's.
Derek, are you going to be in
11
town
o'clock.
when I am down there for rodeo? Or Darius, rather?
Yeah, I will be around for rodeo. Yes.
Excellent. I'll see you then.
Did they announce rodeo yet?
Okay.
It's on the website, but they haven't put tickets on sale yet. I looked 2 years ago they went on sale in late March, and then last year for some reason they went on sale literally like January 2nd. It's really weird.
As an outsider, is it worthy of going?
It's my favorite coaster
Yes.
event I've ever been to.
Yes, it's so good.
Bob, hit me up offline if you want to reduce the cost of your trip.
Sounds good.
All right.
All right, DJ. Thank you for joining us.
Feel better.
Let's see. Next up. Oh, actually, Ken, you didn't decide it, did you? Or no, you did say something. I don't remember.
What?
Best themed area.
I
You
did.
said Animal Kingdom.
Oh, I forgot. See, there's my short-term memory loss. What is your favorite non-Six Flags, non-Universal park?
Silver Dollar City.
Yeah, you should have
It's
said
it's my favorite park. So I mean that
Yeah.
made that easy.
Wait, am I
Probably.
like, wait, does Disney count?
I mean, I guess, but Disney's definitely not better than
Come
SDC
on,
or
guys.
Dollywood, if you ask me.
Skipping one.
What, Hershey?
Yes.
I like
Hershey-
knots.
That's Six Flags.
My
Oh,
only knock on
no!
Hershey, it's Hershey's in my like top 3 or 4 favorite parks. My only knock on it is the crazy up and down.
That's fair.
The hills.
Yeah, it's just like it doesn't bother me too much, but I know like I've been there with people that have like knee problems and things, and it's just brutal for them.
Zach is spending money he doesn't have. As
I see that. Let's go check out Zach's super chat. Thank you, Zach, for the super chat. If you guys can make a great escape to anywhere in the world, where would you pick?
In terms of like a coaster trip, are we talking about?
I would assume so.
I would
I
assume
thought
like
he
I mean
was
this
talking
is
about
going to
upstate New
be
York.
Japan or Europe for sure.
You gotta throw it away. Escape New Jersey and pick somewhere to make a great escape to. I'm probably gonna pick somewhere in Europe. I really want to go to Europe.
Germany is
Germany is on the top of my
number
bucket
one.
list.
Yeah, me too.
Yeah.
Got to ride Tehran and FLY. That's my bucket list
Yes.
coasters.
Ken, where would you escape to?
Europe, because I want to see the Dolomites. I want to go hiking in the Dolomites and ride coasters
It's fair.
and ride my bike.
What is your favorite coaster manufacturer? It is Intamin.
Sentiment, yeah.
Easily
It's a
Intamin.
maniac.
I don't think I even need to explain. Ken, I'm going to assume the same from you.
Yeah, Intamin always crushes it.
Yeah. What colors do you want Nitro to be repainted to?
Original colors.
What was the rumors a
mind
few
the
years
original.
ago when we thought that they were going to do it? What was those
green
colors?
and blue.
That's right.
There were,
Green. Green.
and I am telling you this because this was actually going to happen. This is how crazy Six Flags was at a certain point.
They're
They
going
were
to
going to take the sign from Goliath at New England, bring it to Nitro, retheme it to Goliath, and paint it green and blue. That was actually going to happen. It didn't, thank God. Although maybe that would have been better than it not being repainted at all. I don't know. But
Bring back
it looks
original
like-
colors.
they're going to go with
somewhere
Orion.
else.
The question is, how long would they have left it next to the Nitro sign right next to it, like they did with Chupacabra, which I think is like
Yeah.
still there.
That's true. That's true.
You should just repaint it the same color it is.
I don't disagree, but then the trains look weird now with that. So
Repaint the trains.
they're not going to repaint the trains after they just did it.
Yeah.
At this point, just make it blue and gray. Finally, get it over with. Although I will say, Goliath at Over Georgia, I do not like the new color scheme compared to the original one. I think it looks a lot worse.
What
In
did they
my
agree?
opinion.
Like it's not orange
It's
and blue
like
anymore.
it's got like gray/black supports and this like greenish blue track. It kind of looks like the color of my dad's Mustang. That's
Yeah,
kind
I'll
of
have to look it up. The orange and blue pop. They should have just repainted it those colors.
Yeah, I agree. Let's see. See people talking about Shellraiser. What is your dream coaster to go to Great Adventure? I mean, obviously it's a Blitz. I've always wanted to see a Blitz go to Great Adventure.
Velocicoaster on cocaine.
More or less. Honestly, I'd cite a different one. I'd cite Manta at SeaWorld on whatever, I guess, steroids you want to throw at it.
It has
Giant
to pay
Manta.
whatever it is has to pay homage to Rolling Thunder. That's my
Colin, did you put the line in the chat?
Oh, I forgot to. Thank you. We hit 9:45 and I completely forgot. So there we
Right.
go. There's the line.
You can see the times anyway.
Yeah, I will not read any questions past 9:45. Sorry, guys. Ooh, here we go. Do you think Junior Thrill Seeker should be rethemed to match the Pine Barrens? If you watched my video, you would know that I think that Junior Thrill Seeker should be rethemed to Camp Snoopy because that would be perfect to tie in with the Pine Barrens. And not just like a cheap little retheme, like actually redo the area to make it look nice as Camp Snoopy. It's an Vekoma are AI coasters too smooth, they do nothing. I mean,
yeah,
I can understand that perspective. I mean, I love Siren, but like Iron Rattler felt that way to me big time. Even Flash can kind of arguably feel that way. And some of the other ones they've done kind of look that way.
Iron Rattler is literally just Flash. The whole first half.
Yeah, the whole first half is just Flash. Except Flash's 0G roll is better than the stupid double roll on Iron Rattler.
I wouldn't say that about.
Yeah, I don't like
say that about Siren's Curse. Siren's Curse is pretty.
Oh, Siren's Curse is incredible. I love that ride.
There hasn't been a ride that's like shocked me as much as Siren's Curse in a while, because like just looking at it from the thing we thought, oh, the drop's really shallow, it's not going to be anything, even with the tilt, and but every element just hits and hits and hits, and it's incredible.
Oh yeah, and I will say the tilt, not the drop, but the tilt track is the best on Siren out of the tilts, because on Iron Rattler, since it's only a 5-car train, you do not get that full bit of lift in the back row or the front row as you do on Siren with the 6-car train on the tilt track. Just something I noticed.
And that soundtrack.
Oh yeah, that was the one big thing IRAT was missing. The lack of onboard audio was felt.
Oh, they didn't have any audio.
No, it was before that.
I got the audio. The audio was funny. It was so Six Flags.
Well, it had audio like on the lift hill.
Yeah.
But not during the ride.
No, not during the ride. Who put that tilt track there? Oh yeah.
Stupid.
It was me. Uh-oh.
How did you get your YouTube channel username?
He was 8.
Well, it was given to me.
Isn't it illegal now?
I'm not going to go through the full story, but it was given to me by a neighbor of mine because I liked to make videos when I was younger. So he started calling me Collywood, and it stuck. Let's see. Oh man, we still have a lot. I got to try to speed through these. I'm not going to answer that one. What is your favorite coaster element?
Ooh.
Flying snake dive.
On Stormrunner?
Yeah.
An interesting pick.
That's a cool. Yeah, that's a cool.
I think it's just unique. Like the Mosasaurus roll is great, but like flying snake.
Man, that's I love the Mosasaurus roll on Velocicoaster. It's so good.
Oh, and the celestial spin.
The and it's like I don't know if that I like it, but I find it to be really cool. Is the pretzel loop on Tatsu is out of this world.
I'm gonna have to say the drop on Top Thrill 2 in 2024.
Oh, when you got like they try to get you to the next city, yeah.
Yes, yes, that
was insane.
It does not run like that anymore.
Do you remember my face coming down when you guys were in line? And I was like, I was like, I cannot believe that was that good.
I've never seen Bob with a face like that.
Bob, I still can't get over the fact that you took the same photo from Top Thrill 2 that you did on Top Thrill Tracks. You were the same guy making the same
when I posted it, I didn't even notice that was the same thing. Like
that was the first thing I noticed. I thought that's what you were trying to do.
No. I just had 2 photos of it lined up, and it's so funny that happened.
Wow. Let's see. Wild Beast at Wonderland needs to be RMC'd. No. And I know Ken is going to extremely disagree with me on this, but no. I love Wild Beast.
Anyways.
Yeah, RMC will have a hard time doing that there because I believe it would have to be Canadian laborers doing the work, and RMC usually likes to have their own people do the work, so that would be a challenge.
Well, they could do what they did to Grizzly.
Pre-cut track? That's true. I mean, as you saw, and you didn't believe me at first, but Wild Beast is literally Grizzly. The same layout.
I still don't see it, but
it's the same layout. It's just mirror imaged. Grizzly is much better, but I like Wild Beast a lot.
It's got a tunnel.
Yeah, Grizzly is a tunnel.
Yeah.
Wild Beast does it? No, it doesn't.
Yeah.
But it's the same ride otherwise.
But it needs a tunnel.
There you go. That'll make Ken like it. Throw a tunnel on it and some pre-cut track. Apparently people are saying Enchanted Parks has responded to the idea of RMC Boss, saying they will look into it since they have received many requests. All right, we talked about Falcon earlier. I saw this pop up. Is Falcon's flight overrated or underrated? It's
Perfectly rated.
I guess it's technically a little overrated because the people who have gone, and this happens anytime, like a big coaster opens, it's in an exotic place, everyone will hype it up to the moon because, you know, they wrote it and not many other people can. It happens all the time. I will say that a lot of the people who, like, believe me, I get why people think it's the number one, and I'm not going to say they're wrong because I get it, but I do think it is a little overrated, just a little.
I think
second
it's
half
perfectly
is
rated.
not. The second half is perfectly rated, but the first half, let's see. Oh, this is another interesting one. Sorry, I keep going back to the same person's questions, but you are asking good questions. We'll see if you're true.
Don't even answer those questions. I haven't watched it yet.
Oh, you haven't watched Stranger Things 5?
Yes.
What are you waiting for? I mean,
Nah, bro, you missed
not
out. We could spoil this.
All
right,
You're 3 months late.
Here, I will not say any spoilers for the sake of Ken. Volume 1 was phenomenal. Like,
Ken, your homework is between now and the next live stream. You have to watch the entire thing so Colin can answer this question.
Yeah,
next
exactly.
time there's a live stream.
Volume 2, I liked. It wasn't as good as season. Well, here, the first episode, of Volume 2, was fantastic. The second 2 episodes were all right. They were kind of, stupid. I liked the finale. I liked the epilogue more than I liked everything else. But I will admit there was a lot wrong with it overall. So it was disappointing overall. But how do you end a show like that and not disappoint people? That's the way I look at it too.
I was disappointed when Batman died. I'm just putting it on.
Yeah, I know. Me too. And then they killed Superman too. It's like, why? Why would you do that? Hollywood Studios. Do you like people saying hi to you in the park? My 5-year-old loves you, but I never want to disturb your time. Absolutely, feel free to come up and say hi. One thing I ask though, please don't do it when I'm like in the middle of filming a clip, because then I have to refilm the clip. But otherwise, please feel free to come up and say hi.
Don't follow him around.
Don't yell profanity in the background like I tried to do to him.
Yeah, don't do that. And don't feel like I'm unapproachable. If you are nervous or anything.
He's just like me. He has resting bitch face, and he's actually very nice.
Sure.
Is that the one for the stream?
That's the one. That's the one we get.
And you can come up to me if you're afraid.
Yeah, Ken is probably the most approachable person you'll ever meet. So if you're ever nervous, go up to Ken.
Not Phil though.
No. Let's see. Falcon's flight makes the Dragon Mountain layout look normal. Yeah, that's true. That is very true.
I've never thought about that.
I see people asking about Planet Coaster competition. There is actively a Planet Coaster competition / No Limits competition taking place in the server. I believe it's still pinned in the chat if you want to join. Which I would recommend.
I'm dying here.
I know. We're almost done, Ken. Don't worry.
I got to go to work tomorrow.
I know. I heard. Let's see. How soon do you think we'll see a Gerstlauer airtime coaster come to North America? Hopefully soon, because they look awesome. Like, really awesome. All right, I'm going to skip through quite a bit of these because there's a lot of repeats. Oh, hello, Sean. I don't know if you're still here, but thanks for hopping in. Will other Six Flags parks buy any more Premier Rides coasters due to the success of Alpine Fury? So. It sounds like they were very happy with Alpine Fury internally. So I also hope they don't just stick with Premier. Mach can do that. Intamin can do that. There are other manufacturers who can arguably do it better, with better restraints, better strains, better capacity. So we'll see. This is a new one. Hey, Big C. I've never been called Big C before. Currently
Don't let that
planning a
get to your
spring
head.
break trip to hit some parks. Where should I go? Don't
That's
worry,
a tough
Sammy. I won't.
question. It depends on how much
When
money
is
you
your spring
spend.
break?
Depends
That's the big
on
question.
how many parks you want to hit and how many days.
I will say anything along the East Coast will be very easy during spring break because all these parks will be open. I know Carowinds opens the earliest, along with Over Georgia, and then KD.
I was at the Busch Gardens opening weekend
Oh,
and
yeah.
Kings Dominion last year, and it was not busy at all.
BGW is technically year-round, but most of their major rides come back online on March 14th.
Yeah.
Which is the same opening weekend, I believe, as Carowinds. And then Great Adventures open at the end of the month. So if your spring break is in April, basically everything up here will be open. Hershey opens the first weekend of April too, so there'll be a lot of options.
Kings Dominion and Busch Gardens, that's a good combo.
Yes, it is. What's going to happen to the Superman Tower at Magic Mountain? It sounds like Lex Luthor's reopening soon, so it's going to stay. They'll probably just do exactly what they did at Dream World with Tower of Terror and just leave the drop tower with the tower up and get rid of the coaster track, or just leave it. Who knows? It's Magic Mountain.
They can't really take it down.
It's not really in the way of anything since it's elevated.
True.
I won't miss having the living crap scared out of me walking underneath it when it launches. You're not ready for it.
Oh my god, it was so loud. You could hear it anywhere. It was obnoxious. And it wasn't even like that great. You didn't miss that much. Basically what it felt like was just
Sammy's
like
got the look.
You're in the nice, like, cool station, and then the door opens and you go out into an oven. That's what it felt like.
Pretty much.
Oh, well.
Let's see. A lot of repeats. That's an interesting one. If the president of Six Flags asked you guys for your advice to sell off 2 more parks, which ones would those be and why? And I'm going to say no water parks because that's the cop-out.
It would have to be Dorney.
Frontier City, Darien Lake?
Those don't count. They don't own them.
Oh.
Probably Discovery Kingdom, although I do like that park.
Wait, did Michigan's Adventure get sold off?
Yeah, it did. I would say here, this is going to be controversial. Six Flags Mexico. That way they can not even have to think about another country's operations. They can keep it strictly to US and Canada.
Qiddiya
they don't own.
Oh, right.
I don't want to say Discovery Kingdom because then they lose that market. I'm trying to think market share as well.
That is true.
That's really tough.
That's hard.
CGA they're already getting rid of.
Dorney.
Honestly, Six Flags New England.
Again, it's the region problem.
I'd say either New England or Dorney because they're in the same region.
I guess.
That's really all I can think of. It's tough though. It's really tough because they have a honestly, I think their collection of parks is pretty much perfect now. They got a good lineup.
Then we can get Ryan 100%.
Yeah, exactly. All right, what are we going to make the last? Speaking of Six Flags New England, what do you think the next coaster will be? I think they might close Superman. What? No way. They will never get rid of Superman. That ride's way too built into the park. I guess next coaster after Quantum.
They need a big scale launch coaster. That's they've always talked about it.
See, I thought they should have been the ones to get the Super Boomerang.
Do they have land there? I really don't know.
Not much. I mean, they have the area where Houdini is that they could redo.
Yeah, they should have gotten Flash.
They definitely should have gotten that. I see people asking in the chat. Questions are not still open. We are almost at the end. Yeah, I think, honestly, a Super Boomerang. Well, they can't get a Super Boomerang because Great Adventure. Here, Great Adventure can get rid of Flash and send it up to New England. Damn, problem solved. That'll work. All right, the final question. It's actually a pretty cool one to end it on. Which of Universal's 3 Harry Potter lands are the best? Hogsmeade, Diagon Alley, or the Ministry?
I haven't been to the Ministry yet. I like Hogsmeade better than Diagon Alley. I like the original the best of the original. The 2.
The original.
Besides the fact that there's little to do, I think Ministry is the best. Again,
Ministry doesn't feel Harry Potter to me. That's my problem with it. It's a very impressive area, but it feels like I'm just walking through a European downtown at the end of the day. I'm going to be controversial. I like Diagon Alley the best.
I like to
I
drag them,
think-
and it just feels like it's so damn crowded in there, like all the time. I don't know.
See, that's the thing. The last couple times I've been there, it's been during Informer, and I'm like the only one in there. So then I don't really care.
That's fair. I mean, if I did that, I probably would feel different. But
Hogsmeade is just when you walk in there, it just feels like you're in a different world.
Yeah.
And you see that castle, and they're doing the projection show on it. It's beautiful.
See, to me, that level of immersion is exceeded in Diagon Alley. And what I love about Diagon Alley, not only is it a bigger area, yes, it only has one ride, but the area has so many little like nooks and crannies and really cool areas. Like you have that whole underground area or indoor area.
The
with all
whispering.
painting. Yeah, I mean, it's so nice. But I
A
won't
lot of
deny,
people don't realize it's there.
Hogsmeade by far has the best ride lineup. I mean, Hagrid alone would be the best, but you also have Forbidden Journey and Hippogriff. So yeah, I get it. But other than that, that is the final question of the night for the stream. So I want to thank you all for tuning in to tonight's stream. Hope you guys enjoyed. You guys asked some good questions. Here's some good feedback. Give everyone here a final chance to plug their socials, and then that'll be it. So Bob, go ahead.
yeah, BK photo page, mainly on Instagram because the algorithm sucks and I can't get any followers anymore. But come check out the one photo I seem to post a week now.
And Great Ohio Coaster Club. Don't forget that either.
I'm in my last 6 months as last 9 months, I guess, as the president. So
Final term.
Bob's gonna be ousted soon.
Bob's going to be immediate past president and have no responsibilities.
Ken,
Just Ken. No social media.
just Ken, and Sammy.
Built to Thrill returning soon.
Yeah, you've started a relaunch. So go follow Built to Thrill. If you unfollowed a while ago, like I did, because there was no activity, now's a good time to refollow.
I unfollowed it on my regular account too.
Well, guys, that's going to do it for tonight's stream. If you enjoyed, be sure to like, comment, and subscribe. I'll see you all in the next video. Goodbye, guys.